Welcome, everybody. Yeah, finally. We are doing this, and what it means to be done by the manifestation of my body and my consciousness, and what's my purpose, why I'm here. So I've been thinking about that for quite some time, and this is an introduction in my work, and I welcome you to join me in this there are many terms or words used to describe what can be done, and so I try to put it as simple as I could make it, so it would mean short terms, words aligned in order to make sense to everyone and everything, and that all at the same time. Meaning, in result, we are having this. So, if there would be one way of seeing existence, experience of life, all there is, one together, I would ask 5 questions: why, what, where, when, and how. That's my curiosity that drives me since I was born, and since then quite some time went into the lands, and so to answer why is because I love. To answer what is what I wish. To answer where is where I see. And when is when I comprehend it all together. And how it's been done is actually how you are, how I am. So coming back here, we have to travel. And we do that usually like that. We're not talking of light speed, but it's basically changing dimension and focus, especially focus of what we are aware of and are considering in the construction of the every single moment of here and now. And yet sometimes we have to pass the portal that changes all our understanding and comprehension of why we are here. So the question why I'm doing this, what I'm here to do, I think it's one question that many of us daily have coming into their minds, and let's try to let's answer it. And there might be as many answers that there are fractalized consciousness experiences in the shape of matter, considering a life form. And there's so much I would like to tell you all straight up in your face. So where should I start? We were with the first question, why. So I obviously would like to demonstrate that I love to talk That's one thing. Why do I love to talk is well, it's free. It costs some energy, but it's very low energy consumption in regards to other things, and yet yeah, I mean, just one short excursion to who do I talk to. I mean, of course I'm streaming this here usually live, and so everybody could join me at the moment that I'm creating my life and teaching by that way how I see things, and how you could benefit, and how this makes the world a better place from the very moment of here and now. So yeah, the music is beautiful. It's quite dramatic, and I love that. And it's something like waves of water, like emotions, and it's like, yeah, the waves are in these melodic, dramatic scenes. It feels like there are waves, and so it's like water flowing over me all the time when I listen to this music. So that's that. Yeah, we're still recording. Good. So why? Okay, wait. Maybe we come back. Why back again a bit later when we go a bit more to the specifics of what. So why would I wish to share with you something that you might not have any interest in at all at this moment? So yeah, let me put it up that way in very short time. I wish for you to understand how you can become immortal, and through that understanding you will find peace, and when you find peace, everybody else will find peace. And through the vibration and resonance and blah blah and all the things that we might and can know of is sometimes helping, and sometimes it's hindering us to let go. And basically, yeah, this is the illusion, the greatest illusion, and it's put up in our sight every day and night. And so we have finally to step over that frontier of basically fear. And if you will have time to share and listen to my words in the upcoming future, I will soothe your soul with the knowledge that I figure day by day a bit better out how to align them to make sense in a peaceful and caring, loving way. So the thing is that I usually don't like hearing my voice on a recording, yet since I'm having those headphones on, it's quite comfortable. And so yeah, who do I talk to is basically I speak to myself, as if you create that loop of the thoughts and creating the word and the vibration in your throat and in your body, that is going to code you like a program. It's gonna make you feel in the ways the words have meaning and are aligned with. And if you speak in a more positive or constructive rather than in a destructive or abusive way of no matter what you're going to talk about. So yeah, I have just found another play tool, and yeah, maybe we can see that. Not so much yet. No, not really. So I can change the colors, the fields behind me. Yeah, that also has some knowledge in it. So I just want you to learn by seeing what I display, as this is the fastest way of learning. It's not a mind. Well, okay, if you want to put it like that, it is like it also it's like a mind programming, but yeah, it's just colors in circles. So if you're afraid of that, yeah, good luck with that. So it's just colors and circles, and yeah, basically lights, and no voice, and nothing is happening to you, so you're totally safe. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better even. Yeah, so well, where were we? So what I'm doing is talking, and what could I share with you that is makes sense and is helping you in every single second in your life. Well, that is the intention, to share with you how you can deconstruct your body and your mind. So basically it's like a workshop, and the mechanic is going to put you into pieces and then build you back together with a car, and the body is your car, or the car is your body, how whatever you want to put it. So yeah, I wish you to understand that, and what does it means is, well, it's just too much to say in a couple of sentences. So we're gonna through a couple of different areas and imaginations, and so we will first have to regard our focus, how we see things, our perception, the awareness, what does it mean, how does it work, and so on. So whatever I'm loving to do, and the question is, since we are so familiar with the 3D reality, the question about where it would be, where I would like to see it. So that would confirm, or basically consider, the law of attraction or gravitational pull to every single center of fractalized existence, light source, soul, spark, star, source. So there is no actually then a true answer to where it is, because it could be everywhere or nowhere, but it's actually always now here. So let's go to the next point. When would it happen? When you comprehend what it means that energy flows or time passes in space, and therefore being connected to matter, as matter is defining space by its gravitational and magnetical field forces. So there's a lot of plasma technology and understanding of the fundamentals of life itself. Now, how I'm going to teach you that is through the teachings of the wolf. It is the utmost importance to be. Actually, that's the answer, that I have to be. I am the teacher in what I'm doing. So yeah, maybe someone could ask me why I just start with that now and not earlier or whatever, since I already grow some hair in the face, and yeah, there are some gray ones. You can't see it right now, but well, it looks white or grayish anyways. So it means that I have to become the best version of myself, and by sharing what I'm doing, I'm basically speaking to the whole population of all my body cells, which most probably could be around 130 billions or something like that. No matter the amount of civilians or yeah, you know what I mean, like participants or members or cells or suns or souls or particles or plasmatic construction, manifestation, life flow in the container. Well, as you can see, it sometimes feels like a burden to know so much, and even maybe I just imagine to know myself, to know that much. I actually don't care how you see it, because I have to see it for myself first, and so I decided to finally go public with all that. So since well, I'm not gonna explain you that, but you will see. For me, everything has to make sense in what I do, day by day, moment by moment. Since a couple of experiences where time was totally differently experienced in my life. So for me, time is not an obstacle. So basically, time there is a part in me that knows that there is no time, and that's like the amen in the church, or it's like it's just rock solid. And that spot where there is no time, there is no space, and yet how should that make sense in relation to what we can perceive as all there is? And yet, how much do we know ourselves? Because there is no light in our body, we basically can't look into ourselves with our eyes unless we cut ourselves open. But that's not what I mean. I mean, basically, how could we fly through our body in times of perception to observe and instruct cells to do the things they have to do? But we find out going through that way of thinking that it's not necessary to be done, as the body already regulates and works for itself. So we are here to be grateful to have this experience going on for every day anew, and every night anew as well. So yet there is in the sleep, the dream state, where a lot of us are having stories or experiences so vividly that they are basically afraid to go to sleep, and that starts all the dumbing, the numbing and the dumbing, and the drinking and the smoking, and all the things that basically pollute yourself to not perceive with that sensitivity anymore and that clarity. Basically, it shuts the curtain to the scene, so nobody could actually participate in the play anymore. And through this separation, or this imaginary scene of fear, and through this, sometimes it's referred to like a demon stopping you from to climb the mountain. So to see with clarity into the lands of your life, you need to climb the mountain so you can look down and observe everything around you. So Yes, the demon is right in the middle of the way to the top, and he's making so many fearful and horrible charades, and he basically shows your true inner worst to yourself, because clarity cannot be irritated or abused through the presence of fear manifested in a demon that is basically more in charge than yourself, and therefore the climbing of the mountain would make no sense anymore. So the primal fear of dying and yet losing people, and even if they are not dead, to feel separated, that's one of the big challenges. It is mostly caused to many things in regards of social unrest or unhappiness for everybody, and for many people. There's a lot of knowledge in monetary system that how you can basically go cheap and still improve your life quality in so many ways. When we talk about the soul, that's how I see the soul. Yet you never will see yourself as that, because you are it, so you can't reflect antimatter. You can only reflect basically in a condition that a planet supports, either as a human, an insect, an animal, or a plant, or a stone, or other elements, or water, or whatever. So, but it's basically a set of game, or a set of rules to participate here on Earth, and yet somehow we are desperately looking for a solution for everything, where it's in general it's just bringing light into the dark, and if the light is very hot, it can burn you, and a lot of people need that burn as well. Yet it's not meant to burn, but shed the skin, and for some it is like a phoenix, like a bird dying in crashing into the earth and explode to be reborn as a firebird, and basically therefore immortal. And so we have a lot of stories in the past that are talking about exactly what I'm going to put into words, but my focus have been so far to put it into a practical use, into the reality of all of us, no matter where you come from, what's your background, your education, or whatever. So it basically would help if you would have a clean sheet of mindset, but yet that's a piece of work to achieve, to put it nicely. So detachment in this regard, to paint a white picture or a black picture or no picture at all, that's kind of meditation at its best. So, well, we were with the questions. Yeah. So why would I keep speaking? Is there nothing or anybody else I could do better at this very moment, instead here speaking? Now, well, if you ever wondered that people dare to question if there is an outside at all, but most importantly, it actually questions, or it puts up the question about our inside, because that's what we know, what we have, and every one of us is in control of, well, not in control, but it's basically what you are containing, and you carry it every day with you. And fuck, I'm freezing. 1 second. So, I just wanted to put you in the loop for one thing or another. Yeah, look at that when I'm during my absence. So, yeah, while you're watching this, I'm back. As you can hear my voice, of course. So, yeah, my only goal was to make it simple as possible, and therefore I looked into books and stuff and everywhere and online and you know, to find if there is no time, there is a solution somewhere, and that somewhere I found in so many ways in the story of the Oracle of Delphi. And maybe I put it too freely, but it was anyways helpful for me to understand the story of, I think it was a prophet that goes to a mountain and a mountain again. Maybe he had to face his demon to achieve to go to the top and ask the oracle anything. So in case the story goes that he asked something and he got the answer, but as a miracle. So he had to figure not as a miracle like a riddle. So he had to figure out what it was, what it meant to say to him as an answer to basically make him the solution. And yet today we seem to have so many issues and struggles in every part of our life, globally and even in space. So what is our intention to be? Because how would be the question, how you are. So how healthy basically you feel, how healthy in mind, how cared in emotional, in love, and in relationships, especially amongst people themselves. So of course relationships with animals could be as even stronger or the same strong. It doesn't really matter who's now strong or not, but the thing is that how we relate to most probably the total opposite. And if we find ourselves in two genders like male and female or female and male, we have this split every day in front of our eyes, but we don't see it. And yet we struggle in most cases to see ourselves as equal beings, and therefore treating our next souls with lesser quality or just not the right way. So what does it mean, not the right way? I'm not judging anything or everybody. I would like to go the constructive way of showing the solution, which comes up into the story of Oracle. And so the story of the Oracle is the prophet and the mountain speaking to each other, which is nothing else than a dialogue. And so if someone is setting up a dialogue, writing it down, that it can be transferred into my mind, then the origin of both the problem and the solution had the same inventor, which means, again, if we can see ourselves as part of everything, it is most likely that we have the both opposites within ourselves, and yet not within ourselves only, but in the exterior world as a reflection, as a fractalization, as another dimension of exactly this manifestation of the total split, or opposite, as female and male, black and white, but also tall and small, and you know, all like the as opposite it could be, 9 and 1, and or 1 and 0. It's basically just totally different, but the same in the origin, because it doesn't really matter who is the 0 or the 1. It can be interchanged at any moment. So now that would mean that we basically could change our gender at will in no time, if we would need to, or if we would love to. And yet we go more into the, well, I don't want to talk about that. So it's just what I mean. We have the two brain sides, which on the left side is your male side, and on the right side is your female side. And to understand this duality, we struggle a lot. So that's why we still have wars and all those injustices and bad treatments, abuses, mostly in so many cases. Yeah. So how can we bring balance into the world? And if there must be something that I can share with you, it must be balance at first. And so, yeah, what does it mean? What does it have to do with the story of the oracle? It basically means that the oracle would be able, as an entity, to answer every single one question that could be asked in front of the oracle itself. So how can an oracle be prepared for that kind of task in life as a mountain? Yeah, you could say it could be quite a long time. So yeah, so we need to know who or what the oracle actually is, and if the oracle is part of everything and we are part of everything, guess what? So we might share a part with the oracle too. So if it's in ourselves, we can find it. If it's outside of ourselves, it's quite unlikely, because it could be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And so for you, it's like a hide and seek game, but that's actually the game that is played in quite some big space that I can imagine. I can't tell you where it ends, but well, yeah, that's how it is in my perception of reality. So yeah, the oracle basically is now a tool that I put together, or I imagine that I was behind it for some time. But actually I was thinking about it quite some time, years now, and maybe more than a decade. And so here it is. Oh well, Jesus, I have it here. Yeah. There you go. So where should I start? Let's start with the picture that's the easiest. There is like a body, but it's the blue shape is like a holographic. And we have this orange highways and lanes and stuff. That it's about I don't know, the bones and muscles and whatever. Basically, it means, okay, you are not as dense as you imagine yourself to be. So, what does it mean? The healthier you are, the more alkaline you are, because you're less dense and you breathe with the atmospheric environment of yours, in a energetical plasmatic exchange. if you pollute your filter body like a SpongeBob with alcohol, for example, but it's not at any part of your body, so it's not your origin, so it's let's say a foreigner, or like could be something that is not in peace with you, but actually that depends on how you can see it. Yet smoking, the pollution of the lungs to heat up the heart, not in all the best ways advisable. Well, for my part speaking, I've been there and I've done that, so yeah. Both. Okay, so the oracle, I just want to put it as well. Again, wait, one very easy imagination to make it usable, to don't spend too much time with it. So it's like a mindset, it's like a operating system, or like a program that you can use in terms of needs. So if I put everything into the first letter of the oracle, like the O would also represent like a mirror, as it is basically hugging one field, or it's embracing one field in this circle shape. So in this circle there would be 9 numbers from 9 to 1. In this order to make it more fancy. I don't know why I did it. It makes some sense sometimes, but whatever. Just take it as it is. 9, 6, 7, 4, 8, 2, 5, 3, 1. And yet every other page on this board is so like 6 times. It's like a translation, or like a it's like a translation into another perception. So if you take for example number 1 is on the very top of the left side. It's like the points and the search. If you can read it, it means so what are you looking for? So you put in the thing that you need, the problem, the solution, whatever. So you want to know something, put it into a question and put it there. Then you would go that is actually like the dynamic system. So you will either the solution is that you can find where the problem is, or what the problem is to resolve, to let go of, is that you need to reflect yourself, and this reflection is fractalized in these 9 parts. And if you can go from 1 to 9, or from 9 to 1, you will basically see the bigger picture in the mirror, and then you will see what is wrong with you, or if there is anything wrong with you at all. So, or with the situation that you're dealing with. So number 2 would be as a relationship. We are still on the top left corner. So what does the problem or the term, the thing that we are going to make an example quite after we are having gone through those numbers here. It's not that many. I just want to make it easy, and you need to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it would not make sense to you. So number 3 would be apply to body, mind, and spirit. What does it mean? In terms of an issue that is occurring in your life, you need to apply that issue to what would it be if it would be in your body, on your body, or in your mind, or why would it be part of your spirit that makes it manifest in front of you, or in your body, or in your mind, and so on, causing issues. After number 3, we would go to number 4, which would be the level where you let yourself be guided by your heart. Yes, the number 4 is the heart. So we have 4 chambers in the heart, and this thing that we call blood, and is red, and contains iron and oxygen and a lot of other stuff. This is basically the emotion, the energy in motion circulating through your system, and through that you basically keep your soul grounded to the earth. We will go into all the numbers in detail with every other page if you would like to, and yeah, since that's my program, I'm not going to do that. So we go to number 5 for the moment. Reflect your thoughts and damn it, it's too small. 1 second. Reflect your thought and habits. Follow your sensations. Yes. Yeah, of course, I don't need to think about it because I made it. I wrote that stuff down. So number 5 is the senses. Basically reflect where your senses, where you're addicted to, basically. What are you doing like mechanically with your body most of the time during the day? How are you doing it? What do you put into your body, of course? But mostly the 5 senses, so hear, smell, taste, hear, smell, taste, feel, and what did I miss? 5 senses. Do we have 4, 5, 6? Yeah, it will come to my mind later on, most probably. So yeah, but no, 5 senses it must be. That's why it's number 5. And yeah, follow your sensations, because that's quite showing you where you put your spotlight on whatever it is. So number 6 would be then that is consumed through the number 5s, or yeah, through the senses, which is energy, and that is most famous known as sex itself, which is the most energetic force that drives us nuts, or crazy, happy, whatever. So what drives you? It's very small. I can make it bigger. I'm stupid. Okay, 1 second, like that. Yep. I can't read it. I need to see the original, I guess. But something emanates, energy radiates out. Yeah, so the energy is either going into yourself or it's going out to yourself. Again, we are going back to number 2 in this case to see the basic principle, because energy is more easily seen in the simpler environment. Otherwise it's just actually hidden. Number 7, how does nature solve it? In another picture we would have number 7 to top left right corner. That would be here. The flower of life as a harmonic imaginative picture for us to put into our minds to see what I mean by is there, and therefore a flower of life, a flower of nature, and it. So how does nature solve it? Is there actually, since we know that nature puts itself into balance all the time, how does nature solve this issue? And can we use it or replicate it in our human life? Number 8 is to remember that you are a transformer, and there is no time. Basically, either is there time, and if there is time, that you are a transformer. So otherwise there is no time and everything together, and therefore there is no problem for you. So it anyways means something good to all of us, that it means it never ends. Well, now it's the question if it's heaven or hell or something else, but usually we want to escape if there is some kind of evidence to leave the scene. So let's make it a happy place and not a spot where you don't want to be. So number 9 would be then the change itself. It's the last number before it goes back to 0, or the big picture, and so therefore it's some sort of resolution. We're very familiar with TV sets and screens, and all these screens have a sort of resolution, and this resolution is making the picture more beautiful. You could put it like that most easily. And what would it mean? It means that the picture would be more aesthetic, fine, ornamented, just kind of more beautiful, less abstract, more complex, of course, in many cases, I guess. So to see the big picture basically means to leave the spot that you are actually at and to become mobile with your soul. And that means to let go and trust, because resolution means you're going back to the sun, which is you're going back to your soul. And your soul is the place where there is no time and no space, and so that's why it's antimatter, you can call it, or it's not as casual as matter as we perceive matter, and yet there is in every single smallest particle of matter there is a fracture, a fractal of a star, a light inside. So we basically dance in light crowds, covered in coats and dresses that try to, like this lamp over here. This one, it's actually meant to show what I mean by a light in a mantle, in a coverage, in a hiding. So well, yeah, if you manage to let go and trust, you will arrive at the big picture, which is, yeah, the big picture. So you could see from the top of the mountain back down wherever you want, closer to the stars and so on. Yeah, teacher of abundance. So when you see the big picture, you know where you fit in, like in a big puzzle. You know your role, you know what you do, but not that you have to do it, but that you enjoy doing exactly those things, no matter how simple or how stupid they might be. Yet we reflect ourselves, and if we are truly honest with ourselves, we will see that not always we are looking at the picture that we would like to see. So I will have to go to serve some beers. Yeah, what does it say if I'm a waiter? Yeah, here's just once again the words put into like a net, and then we have here some symbols. Like this would be number 1, the exclamation mark, so something is, and then the question mark will be what's the solution? So 8 would be the light to see it all back then and back in the future and the here and now. So in a harmonic way it needs to be done, because otherwise it could not be immortal. or balanced. And what did we do now? I know that was energy. Yeah, energy. Yeah, energy needs to be balanced again. That was good. So the flower of life 7, we have the yin and yang as a 2D symbol. Number 8, the immortal construction of the antimatter circling and containing matter, and antimatter in rings or spheric. It's basically the fractalization of the one. We have number 5 here, which is meant to represent the senses. We have number 3, which is the ankh, soul, mind, body. If you bring your soul into the body through your mind, you can recreate yourself. You can multiply yourself by making a child. So 1 would be all. So we split the mirror basically in the beginning. We reconstruct what is wrong. Everything is one mirror. Then we have number 2. We split the mirror into 2 pieces. 1 is white, 1 is black. Number 3 would be the family. We put a third piece out of the split 2. Yeah, and treat everyone as equal, as a third, 1/3 of each. That's the family. Number 4 would be the core, the heart. Number 5, the senses. Number 6, the energy. Number 7, harmony. 8, infinity. 9, resolution, and 0. Or the mirror would be the point, because a mirror could be as very small as very big. Would be hard to tell. So what are you looking for? It would be the solution. What is that? Yeah, number 2. What is chaos? So what is the imbalance basically? So is what is you don't control, or what is it that you don't comprehend? Number 3 would building the unknown. You have no idea, but you will do your best to make a family. Why would you do that? Because everybody else is doing it. That's maybe what we are here to do. What are your building blocks? Give and take are radiance and attraction. Yes. So if we give something, we turn to the left. We send to the. It's just a left turn. A left spin of your energy field, and if you receive or take, it's turning the opposite to the right way into yourself, or if it's magnetic into your left, it's going out. So you receive with your left hand and you give with your right hand, and yeah, so you will send out, and basically you will get in what you already have, or that's what you're playing to yourself. So become aware and change what you don't want to be in you, and then it will resolve as well in the outside. This can't be done forcefully. It can be done, of course, but it always will figure out how it serves the universe the way it's meant to be, whatever it means. So 10 more minutes. Number 5, what is attracted to you? What is attracted to you? Repetition involves death. Death to curiosity and death to change. Yet it is the thing that we most seek every day, security in so many ways, financially, energetically, emotionally, physically, you name it. So now number 6 is what forces you to experience. So what drives you basically? Where do you come from, and why you're doing that? What you're doing with the energy, which is the term of everything that you are while you're running the system, the avatar, or however you want to call it. Tell me of your funny moments. Tell me about the funny moments in your life, and you will see. In terms you're a bit shy to do so, I'm gonna share with you, of course, some. Yet, if we are shy to share our darkest secrets or the deepest, whatever, hidden, maybe shameful things, it's gonna stay there, and it's basically gonna attract the same thing again. So you need to let it go, and then you can choose how you perceive everything else. Number 7, there are others. How do they do it? Just try to see how you could harmonize you and your habits and your senses and your drives and driven moments. And how does it all make sense to you still? I mean, it's quite a big picture or a beautiful flower, but it needs to be in order, and that order is the structure that you make yourself. And it doesn't need anything, basically, because if you want to have a structure, it defines by wanting to have a structure that there means to be no structure somewhere else too, and that will be then the chaos. It's like if you have a villain, you need to have a hero, and if you need to have a hero, you need to have a villain as well. So it's the necessary evil, it's referred to sometimes. But we are not gonna go into duality here, because we are way beyond that. We are about 10 different things here, not 2. Number 8, there is that saying here and there that it was always like that. It's always been like that. But what is evolution then? Yes, if there is no change, and then evolution is just with the animals, but not with humans, or what? So if it always was like that, then it's now time to change. Not because evolution needs to be true, but in terms of that you are in charge of what you do, and if everybody does that and sees the same big picture of themselves playing a role in that game, in the puzzle of life on the ocean. And so to number 9, let's take a look at your resolution. Am I a computer? Where is home? No. Am I a computer? The resolution again is if you have like 2 eyes, like we all mostly hopefully have, you see a picture, and this picture is already high resolution. It's beyond HD and blah blah 4K and stuff. So and it's dynamic and so on. And what I mean is, what are the spots that you are blind, that you can't see through? Where are the unresolved pieces of the puzzle that are not there yet, or you can't see to fit in, or that you don't see them at all? So if you can zoom out, you will find the way back to the to the solution through number 9. 0 would be where is home, and the answer would to be that would be you already know. Every single one of us knows what I'm doing here is wasting my time, literally. Not only, but it's a joke. I mean, it's not wasting my time. It's what needs to be done, even it doesn't make sense for you, but it makes quite a relief for me to know that, okay, I don't need to carry that because it's now reality what I speak. And you can create good and bad like that, and I will do my best to guide you in bringing you back to the path or the street or the road, the tour that you are taking, that you are all about to do sooner or later anyways. And I won't stop at the moment where everything stops in the physicality. So this is not a death prepper death course or something like that. It's more like a relief of pain, of restrictions, and opportunities to activate through knowledge, through application of the knowledge, which is most important, to practice, not to think about it all the time, but just to see, and if it is true, does it make sense, all the 10 points, does it help me in my life or not? But I can just tell you, I went up and down to the numbers, and whatever problem I put up, I could solve it. So we maybe we just gonna put some sessions up with running some examples. So yeah, that's a good final word, I would say, since in 30 minutes I have to work. And yeah, so you've seen the oracle in this picture. If you know how to give you every answer you need, then you can't blame anyone else than yourself. And now you know that you are in charge of either actually making this the problem or the solution every single moment of here and now. Yeah, so I remain with best regards. I will come back.